So the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change has notified that the Jan Vishwas Amendment Act with respect to the EIA notification and also Water Act, Air Act, Public Liability Insurance Act, then Environmental Protection Act will be applicable from or with effective from 1st April 2024. But we are discussing the EIA related matters in two thermal power projects. I am saying EIA related matters because both the projects are having EC. One got EC in 2010 and the other one got EC in 2009. Now, is there any expansion? No. Is there any modernization? No. The Expert Appraisal Committee of the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change convened its 47th meeting on 26th September 2023 and released the minutes of meeting on 18th October 2023. The deliberations concerning the projects Athena Chhattisgarh Power Project and Prayagraj Power Generation Company hold particular significance. First, let me share with you the case of Athena Chhattisgarh Power. It is a 1200 to 600 megawatt coal-based thermal power project, and the plant is located in villages like Singtarai, Benipali, Odekera, and Nimohi in Dabhara Tehsil of Shakti district in Chhattisgarh. The project was initially granted with the EC on 4th June 2010. It further sought an expansion, permission for or temporary permission for road transportation of coal for up to 3 years. And there was also a revision of the total project area from 930 acres to 995.235 acres. This expansion came with an EC validity. The expansion or extension, you can say, this came with an EC validity up to 3rd June 2017. And due to poor financial condition of the company, the project was acquired by Vedanta Limited on 21st July 2022 through the National Company Law Tribunal NCLT. So on 26th September 2023, a crucial decision was raised during the EC meeting. It was about the high concentration slurry disposal method for fly ash disposal with an estimated total ash generation of 2.5 to 3 MTPA. Now this MTPA, whether it is million tons or metric tons, we cannot take a guess. What we can say is that the data and the units be transparent and clear and not obvious or ambiguous. Some or at least one EAC is of the view that the discussion we are doing right now should be done prior to the appraisal. Does that mean the EAC also needs a pre or third party support? By the way, we are discussing EAC's decisions, and we think in a democracy we have the right to do so, as these documents are on public domain. Anyway, looking into the uploaded data and information, certain points drew our attention. One such point was areas containing important high quality or scarce resources, and the company or the EIA consultant writes that, quote unquote, as per the category of groundwater availability, the area falls in safe zone. Majority of population is dependent on agriculture for their economy. There are many small natural as well as man-made water bodies for daily requirement of local community. Nearby forest area also acts as major natural resources, unquote. This means groundwater is not scarce, maybe important and or maybe high quality. Does this imply that there is no other important or high quality or scarce resources? Is there any objective to mention only about the groundwater? Let's move on. The heading of inland, coastal, marine or underground waters. It is stated Pathari Nala in northeast direction is at 0.13 km in terms of shortest distance from the project boundary. It is also described in another column that a seasonal nala passes through the plant site along the northwestern boundary of the ash pond area. The statement is quite cluttered. Let us simplify and declutter it. A seasonal nala is passing through the plant premises and an ash pond has been developed by the project on the side of the seasonal nala. The photographs show that the Pathari Nala, which is said to be at about 0.13 km from the thermal power plant, and the seasonal nala flowing inside the project are different. So also the EAC's note. And one more canal is also at about 0.15 km. What a project location. So many water sources in the vicinity. Anyway, the EAC has stated, after detailed deliberation on the information submitted and as presented during the meeting. Look at the statement, how protective it is. Obviously, hands in gloves, recommended the proposal for grant of environment clearance subject to compliance of certain environmental safeguard conditions. The first one is zero liquid discharge, ZLD shall be ensured, and immediately in the same line without any comma or full stop it states, who states? The EAC states that no wastewater or treated water shall be discharged outside the premises. That means there is a scope for the discharge inside the premises. There is also an issue of leachate. The EAC has mandated a detailed action plan regarding leachate handling shall be prepared and implemented in consultation with the State Pollution Control Board and shall also be submitted to the regional office of the ministry. Why didn't the EAC seek and review the same earlier? Is it prudent to leave it up to the local State Pollution Control Board or regional office? They always keep crying about the staff shortage, isn't it? Is it because the EAC skipped to meet their time target, which needs higher speed on the same old track, or you can say trick? Further, the EAC mandates characteristics of leachate and the treated leachate shall be monitored once in a quarter and records shall be maintained. It also mandates that leachate shall be treated and reused. No treated leachate shall be discharged in any circumstances. Undoubtedly, it is an excellent decision if the soil water holding capacity and porosity data is taken into account. At the same time, there are some questions. First, whether soil porosity and water holding data is linked to on-land water discharge in the name of watering greenbelt, horticulture, ash pond, dust separation. Number two, it is reported that the project location has 83 rainy days, but there is no statement on the measures to be taken for treated wastewater discharge on rainy days. There are guidelines, reference of which could have been given in a specific statement. Number three, whether the reuse of leachate was accounted for clearly in the water sourcing and consumption or reuse data. It is stated that Vedanta will source water from Mahanadi river from a distance of 35 km through a pipeline, and there was a permission for the same from the year 2008, which has now expired and is under application for renewal. Whether the pipeline already exists or it needs to be laid. If it needs to be laid, whether there will be any forest clearance issues involved. Did the EIA declare this? There is no photographic representation. Did the EAC perorate on such points? We didn't find it. If you find, please let us know in the comment section. Here are some photographs extracted from the project's submission, which is available on the public domain. We are not criticizing nor endorsing the photographic depictions. However, if you look at this particular photograph, the ambient air quality is being monitored just above a heap of fine sand or maybe dust or some likewise material. Yet, the particulate matters were found within the desirable limits. The company's estimated maximum incremental concentration of PM2.5 was reported to be 1.27 microgram per cubic meter. And we must feel complacent on some polluting parameters like mercury in air quality and also some other heavy metals or even mercury in water quality have always been below the detection limits. And it is not today. It has been happening for years together, maybe from 1994 when the EIA notification came into being for the first time. Moving further, the other one is the grant of EC amendment for Prayagraj Power Generation Company Limited, PPGCL. EC was granted on 8th September 2009 for 3 660 megawatt thermal power project. Situated at Berui village, Jurwat village, Kapari village and Khanshema village in Allahabad, Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh. PPGCL requested for the removal of a condition imposed in the environment clearance. The EC condition required the company to allocate 32 crore rupees as capital and 6 crore rupees per annum as recurring funds for social activities. The EC conditions were imposed based on the company's own written declaration in terms of public hearing issue. Now, the company PPGCL cites the provisions of Section 135 of the Companies Act 2013, which is related to CSR. The EAC claims to have examined the status of implementation of the activities committed by the PPGCL during the public consultation hearing and feels satisfied. Further, the EAC says that the CSR activities done by the PPGCL are also covered under the Corporate Environment Responsibilities (CER), and giving reference to the modified CER regulations, the EAC states that the EC condition becomes redundant. Now, basically, the company has got the permission to skip committed and imposed amount for the society, from which it consumes natural resources like water, air, and also pollutes the environment and certainly causes impacts on people's health and sustenance. In our view, if the condition of CSR 2013 provisions had required a minimum allocation of 32 crore and 6 crore per year, it would have been a better condition. Is there any provision that enables EAC to nullify an EC condition relates to public hearing decision without further public participation? Now, you prudent viewers, you decide, is it ridiculous or not? Is there any sense of ESG? We all know about E, but where is S? I think it is only G governance. Please share your valuable comments on this video in the comment section. And don't forget to hit the like button. It costs nothing to you but encourages us tremendously. And also, share this video with your friends and colleagues. And if you have not subscribed so far to this channel, please do it now. You can also share your stories, news, research synopsis, your articles for publication in our print version, and share your videos for this YouTube channel. Thank you very much for watching this. We will come back with another episode for you. Till then, do take care of yourself and your environment.